welcome to Inspired Method Marketing, and we're here today to talk about differentiation factors. My name's Karen, and this is my husband Trevor.
Hola!
And we are co-founders of Inspired Method Marketing. So today I'm going to start with another quote, and it goes like this. If you don't have a competitive advantage, don't compete.
True that.
That's Jack Welch. So the statistics say that 1 in every 6 workers in Alberta is self-employed. Can you
That's
believe
huge.
that? That's crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's a lot. So the customer comes to us thinking that the only differentiation factor is having the lowest price.
Walmart.
Oh yeah, totally. Then they wonder why they're going broke. We're going to tell you why right away.
Awesome.
So, speaking on that, isn't price the most important decision-making factor for buyers?
A lot of business owners, when they get started, they think that that's the deal. Like if I'm just out there, I know that I'm awesome, I'm the best, whatever widget maker in the world. And if I just have a price lower than the nearest competitor, that I'm gonna win in the marketplace. Doesn't happen that way. So no, price is not the most important factor. And that's why a lot of companies, they start out and they think they're just going to do so good. It's like, oh man, even if I get 1/10 of the market share, that's like 200 businesses and I'll be like a millionaire in like 10 months. It's just a bunch of hooey, because if you're wanting to be the lowest price person out there, there's always some dummy who wants to go lower.
Yeah, it's just a race to the bottom. That's all it is.
Exactly. And what's at the bottom? Nothing.
Bottom feeders.
Empty barrel.
So how can you prove to people that price isn't the only thing that buyers care about?
Well, it's pretty simple. Number one, we have a lot of variety in the marketplace. You can either buy a Toyota Corolla, or you can buy a Mercedes-Benz, or you can buy a Rolls-Royce. Those are cars. They all have 4 wheels, a steering wheel, and 2 to 4 seats, and they get you from point A to point B. If price was the only differentiation, then everybody would just own a Corolla, because it's the lowest price thing out there in those 3 examples I gave you. And just think about the watch, your clothes, your shoes, your house, all those things that you bought. Did you buy them just because they were the lowest price thing out there? Absolutely not. It was because you found that the product it fit your taste, your style, it fit your personal preferences, gave you a lot of value, and you could afford it. So about on the scale of 1 to 10, price is only about number 3 or 4.
I think you're right. Is it true that buyers will pay more if you differentiate your product or service?
Yes, absolutely true. When you think about a restaurant, okay? We've had this experience ourselves. We've gone to restaurants and you go in there and you're thinking, oh man, this is gonna be such a nice dinner with family, and you order your dinner and the server is like inattentive, kind of moody, doesn't come around to your table very often, the food is cold, it's wrong, they blame you for it, the bathrooms are dirty, all of that stuff, and you leave thinking, why did I pay for that, right? Mm-hmm. And then you pay just a little bit more, go to a little nicer place, and they are bending over backwards for you to make sure that you have a nice experience. And I remember one time we went to a restaurant just recently, and we noticed there was something floating in your wine glass. Yeah. And it was like, we're looking at it and we're trying to figure out, is that something from the cork or is that from the glass? And they comped us the bottle of wine.
A whole bottle.
The whole bottle of wine, because it wasn't up to their standard. So you pay a little bit more, you get a higher level of service, and the result is we'll probably go back there.
Oh yeah, we will.
A lot, right? So yeah, definitely. You have a little bit better service, a little bit better product. People are willing to pay for quality.
Yeah. So how can businesses focus on a particular niche to differentiate themselves?
Well, the best way to do that, let's look at a couple of examples. Let's say that you are a dentist. Okay, now you can be a dentist and put out your shingle, dentist, and people will come in and get their teeth done pretty low key. But what if rather than just being a dentist, you are a pediatric dentist? You know, something that just looked after children, looked after kids, and of course families. But what if that was your specialty, taking care of people who are either afraid to go to the dentist or small children, and that is your specialty? And people know that you're the go-to place, like you've got the whole thing set up for children to come and get their teeth looked at, and you have a space in there for them to play and learn about dental care, and everybody in the staff is wearing Disney themed outfits, and they've got funny ears on and whatnot, just strictly designed for that. You know what, you're going to get every single mother in the city coming to your place because they want their kids to not be scared of the dentist, right?
Right.
So that's one way that companies can just think outside the box and narrow down and become a specialist to a certain audience and be more than busy.
Yeah, that's true. Can businesses use unique features and quality of products and services?
Yes, absolutely. So you can think back to the niche question there. You can have a product that is specifically designed for people who are celiacs or have issues with gluten, or 100% organic. You can really find a unique market having a specific feature to your products. Absolutely.
Okay. How about location? Can it be used as a differentiating factor?
Oh, completely. Especially if you are, let's say, a restaurant or a retail place and you're located in a high traffic area. Take, for example, we have a new shopping mall set out there.
Right.
That is a specific draw and a magnet not only for locals but for tourists. So having that is very special. Or if you're centrally located like we are, we're right in the heart of downtown and it's easy to get to from here, free parking out front. So all those factors alone make it super easy for people to engage with us.
Oh, great. Yeah. So how can businesses leverage their facilities, their equipment, maybe their software to differentiate themselves?
Yeah, I keep going on the dental thing because it's on my mind. But if you have, let's say, a special equipment in your office that allows you to take a 3D picture of people's teeth so that you can sell them tooth straightening products. I'm not going to say the brand name because they're not paying me for this video. But you know what I mean. People can see where their teeth are now and see what they're going to look like later. And that's one example of having some special product, software that can really help you create that differentiating factor for businesses.
Yeah, I can actually think also of another example without saying the name, like a big store that you can see the furniture in its place and you can decide, yeah, that looks good in my house. That'll look good in my house. They use their facility to showcase that.
Yeah.
To differentiate themselves. So it becomes a whole experience.
Absolutely. So setting up full living spaces because they have so much room and it's amazing you can never get out. I think you know what I'm talking
about. And it's 2 stories. So how's branding and marketing a differentiation factor?
Well, think about the big brands that are out there. Coca-Cola, IKEA, Apple, Red Bull, Walmart. You immediately identify those brands. You know anywhere on the planet where you experience any one of those brands, you know exactly what you're going to experience. So sometimes the brand is worth more than the company.
True.
Crazy.
So can you provide some examples of companies that use convenience as a differentiator?
Oh, absolutely. Some big disruptors that we've been hearing about lately, companies like Uber. So Uber, what do? They took over the people delivery service by making it easy, convenient, and clean, right? Because cabs really suck. You call them, you gotta wait half an hour, you never know where they're coming from. They charge you $5 just to sit in their cab, and then the meter's running even when they're just sitting there. Whereas Uber, you look up the app right away, boom, 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 you know exactly how much is estimated cost to get there, and it's easy. And then there's these food delivery services, Uber Eats for one, Simply Supper, Skip the Dishes, other companies like that. Amazon. Amazon was a huge factor in that. More people are buying at Amazon than in retail stores. And they completely made it super easy to buy things and get it shipped directly to your house.
Wow. Yeah, it's totally disrupted how we do things, for sure, in a good way. Will people pay more for experienced personnel?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, would you rather a surgeon who is operating for the first time on you, or an experienced plastic surgeon who's done like 10,000 of the same operation? You tell me.
And I don't think price is the differentiating factor.
No.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
That's actually a very good point. Well, why are people willing to pay more for flexible payment terms?
Well, if you think about it, most people don't buy things lump sum. Like when you buy a house, not a lump sum typically for most people. The average person goes on payments. So for their vehicles, for cars, for on their credit cards, like everything is payment based. So it just makes sense if you have some kind of flexible payments, two pay, 3 pay, or you have it stretched out over a 12-month period. It just makes sense for most people, and it makes it easier for them to become a buyer rather than say, okay, you know what? You go ahead and you save up $15,000. When you have that saved up, you come back and buy it from me. That makes no sense at all, especially in today's marketplace.
Fits within their budget.
Yeah.
Is organizational longevity and reputation something that buyers consider?
Yeah, definitely. How many years you've been in business shows that, you know what you're doing, you have good systems in place, you're trusted because you're still in business after a long period of time. And then reputation, more and more people are looking online for reviews and recommendations before they make any buying decisions. So it's super important and is a great differentiating factor for any business who is looking for, how they stand out in the marketplace.
Great. Well, thanks for giving us the great rundown there on differentiation factors. I hope you guys got something out of this, and we'll